Have you ever wondered how an entire world can remain hidden in one of Europe's most visited countries? Every year, millions of tourists flood Spain's famous cities. They pack the streets of Madrid, they crowd the beaches of Barcelona, they fill the plazas, restaurants and landmarks that appear in every travel guide. But while the world is looking in one direction, something extraordinary is being overlooked. Along Spain's northern coastline, there are villages so isolated that they seem frozen in time. Places where ancient fishing traditions still survive, where stone houses cling to cliffs above the Atlantic Ocean, where thick sea fog can swallow entire towns within minutes, and where some locals still live much as their ancestors did centuries ago. These hidden coastal villages are not just beautiful, they are among the most fascinating and least discovered places in all of Europe. Today, we're traveling deep into the emerald coast of northern Spain to uncover a side of the country that most tourists never see. Prepare to discover Spain's best-kept secret. Our journey begins along the northern coast, where Spain reveals a completely different personality. Forget the dry landscapes and sunny beaches that many people associate with the country. Northern Spain feels like another world entirely. The regions of Asturias and Cantabria are covered in lush green hills, dramatic mountains and rugged coastlines carved by the relentless force of the Atlantic Ocean. The sea here is powerful. Wild storms frequently batter the coast. Massive waves crash against cliffs and rise hundreds of feet above the water. For centuries, this harsh environment shaped the lives of the people who lived here. Survival was never guaranteed. Every fishing trip carried risks. Every winter brought challenges. Yet generation after generation built communities along these dangerous shores. Many of these villages were established in locations that seem impossible. Some sit directly on narrow strips of land between cliffs and sea. Others are hidden inside protected coves, almost invisible from the ocean. Their locations were chosen carefully. Natural defenses protected them from storms, pirates, and invaders. The result was a collection of settlements, unlike any found elsewhere in Spain. As we approach these villages, the first thing that captures attention is their architecture. Ancient stone houses appear to grow directly from the cliffs. Weathered walls have endured centuries of Atlantic wind and salt spray. Narrow pathways twist between buildings that have stood for hundreds of years. There are no towering skyscrapers, no massive resorts, no signs of modern overdevelopment. Instead, the villages preserve a character that has largely disappeared from much of Europe. Walking through these streets feels like traveling through time. Every doorway, every stone wall, every fishing net tells a story. Stories of sailors, stories of storms, stories of families whose lives were intertwined with the sea. But the true heart of these communities lies in their connection to the Atlantic. For generations, fishing has been more than an occupation. It has been a way of life. Long before sunrise, fishermen still leave the harbor. Their boats cut through the dark water as they head toward traditional fishing grounds. Many continue to use techniques passed down through countless generations. Knowledge of tides, currents, and weather patterns is treated as a priceless inheritance. The sea provides opportunity, but it also demands respect. Local legends are filled with tales of storms, shipwrecks, and mysterious disappearances. Some stories speak of ghost ships appearing in the fog. Others describe strange lights dancing across the water during violent weather. Whether fact or folklore, these stories reveal how deeply the ocean influences life along this coast. As we continue our journey, another remarkable feature becomes clear. These villages are not simply surviving, they are preserving traditions that much of the modern world has forgotten. In local taverns, families gather around tables serving recipes handed down for centuries. Fresh seafood arrives directly from nearby boats. Regional dishes celebrate ingredients harvested from both sea and land. Visitors quickly discover that food here is not merely a meal, it is part of the region's identity. Conversations often continue late into the evening. Stories are shared. Local history is remembered. Community bonds remain strong. In an age dominated by smartphones and social media, these traditions provide a rare glimpse into a slower and more connected way of life. Yet these villages are not only defined by fishing. Scattered across the landscape are remarkable historical treasures. Ancient churches stand proudly above the coastline. Romanesque architecture survives in astonishing condition. Stone towers overlook the Atlantic from strategic positions. Many of these structures date back hundreds of years. They witnessed wars, trade routes, maritime expansion, and centuries of change. Each building offers clues about the region's extraordinary past. Perhaps nowhere is the magic of northern Spain more evident than during the arrival of the coastal fog. Locals know it well. One moment the landscape is perfectly visible. The next, a blanket of mist rolls in from the ocean. Cliffs disappear. Villages fade into white silence. Fishing boats emerge like shadows before vanishing once again. The transformation is breathtaking. Entire landscapes become dreamlike. The fog creates an atmosphere that feels almost supernatural. It's easy to understand why myths and legends flourished here. For centuries, people living along these shores experienced scenes that blurred the line between reality and imagination. The combination of sea, cliffs, storms, and fog created one of Europe's most mysterious coastlines. Despite all of this beauty, northern Spain's hidden coastal villages remain surprisingly unknown to international travelers. Most visitors never venture beyond Spain's famous destinations. As a result, these communities have avoided many of the problems associated with mass tourism. There are no endless lines, no overcrowded attractions, no overwhelming crowds competing for photographs. Instead, visitors find authenticity. They find tranquility. They find places where local culture remains the main attraction.
This rarity makes these villages even more valuable.
Around the world, modernization often erases traditional ways of life. Historic communities can lose their identity as tourism expands, but here many traditions remain remarkably intact. The people continue to live alongside the rhythms of the sea. The villages continue to preserve their unique character, and the Atlantic continues its endless conversation with the cliffs. As the sun begins to set over northern Spain, golden light transforms the coastline. The ocean glows with shades of orange and gold. Fishing boats return to harbor. Church bells echo across the hills, and the villages settle into another peaceful evening. It is a scene that has repeated itself for generations, a reminder that some places still exist beyond the reach of modern chaos. Places where history, nature, and tradition continue to thrive together. Northern Spain's hidden coastal villages are more than destinations. They are living time capsules. They are reminders that the world's greatest treasures are not always the most famous. Sometimes the most extraordinary places are the ones hidden from the spotlight, the places waiting quietly beyond the crowds. And perhaps that is exactly what makes them so special. If you enjoyed discovering these forgotten corners of Spain, be sure to subscribe and join us for more incredible journeys to the world's most fascinating hidden destinations. Because somewhere out there, another secret is waiting to be uncovered.